Attention! Liverpool begins negotiations for a £40 million deal with Premier League defender. Incredible! Better than Gyokeres. Liverpool in the race for the new Holland. Hello, Reds fan. Let's dive into the latest updates from the greatest club in the world. Talks between Liverpool and Crystal Palace center-back Mark Guehi are progressing, and according to Team Talk, personal terms between the player and the Reds are close to being agreed. Palace finds itself in a delicate situation. Guehi has reportedly made it clear he wants to join Liverpool, and the club has already started scouting for replacements, notably Sporting's Ousmane Diomande. This isn't a forced negotiation, but as time passes, Liverpool seems to be gaining more control of the situation. Richard Hughes' firm yet discreet approach mirrors previous moves, like the one that brought Van Dijk. Once again, the club seems focused on a long-term solution with leadership potential. Former Everton CEO Keith Wyness commented that it would be an easy decision for Liverpool if they could close the deal. He also noted that Guehi's contract is entering its final year, which motivates Palace to cash in now. In that sense, Liverpool's position is strengthening. Wyness summed it up well. I hate to say it, but yes, it would be a good signing for Liverpool, and I think it will work out. It's looking more and more inevitable. And unlike last-minute panic buys, this doesn't seem rushed. Guehi is part of a deliberate defensive rebuild at Liverpool. With Jarell Quansah set to join Bayer Leverkusen, a spot opens up in the squad. And it might not be the only one. Financial expert Stefan Borsen suggested that Ibrahima Konate could also be on his way out. According to him, contract talks have stalled, and Liverpool would be open to a sale if no agreement is reached. Konate has shown flashes of brilliance, but also inconsistency. Internally, Guehi is seen as someone who could bring more composure and long-term reliability. Beyond quality, Liverpool is looking for durability. Injuries and inconsistency have plagued recent seasons, and a defender like Guehi, calm, versatile, with Premier League and England experience, could stabilize the backline alongside Van Dijk or even be groomed as his successor. Arne Slot's arrival has brought tactical shifts and new.
Liverpool is officially interested in signing RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko and has already completed its due diligence on the player, according to journalist Graham Bailey. At 22, the Slovenian center-forward has impressed in recent Bundesliga seasons and is now considered one of Europe's top young prospects. He's valued between 68 and 85 million pounds, with Arsenal currently leading the race. However, the Reds remain attentive, and an official offer could change the landscape. With Newcastle determined to make Alexander Isak the highest-paid player in the club's history, offering astronomical wages to keep him, it's understandable that Liverpool's sporting director, Richard Hughes, is exploring alternative options. Sesko stands out as a strategic target. Young, physically strong, intelligent in positioning, and already tested in one of Europe's toughest leagues. In addition to Sesko, Liverpool is also keeping an eye on Sporting striker Viktor Gyokeres, but the 27-year-old Swede doesn't seem to be the ideal fit for the club's current phase. Despite Gyokeres' impressive numbers, 97 goals in 102 games, there are reasons to be cautious. The club had a similar experience with Darwin Núñez, who arrived for a comparable fee after a prolific season in Portugal, but has struggled to fully adapt to the Premier League. English football is a different beast, more physical, faster, and more demanding. Sesko, on the other hand, seems to have a more suitable profile for what Liverpool is looking for in this new era. Standing at 1.93 meters, he combines power, speed, and technical ability. Last season, he scored 13 goals in the Bundesliga and missed only 10 big chances, according to SofaScore, far fewer than Gyokeres' 23 missed chances in the Portuguese league. He also ranks among the top 11% of European strikers in successful passes per 90 minutes, according to FBref, showing he contributes beyond just finishing. Scouts and experts have already dubbed him the new Holland, a bold comparison, but one supported by his physical. Alexander Isak is widely seen as Liverpool's dream signing to lead the attack in this transfer window, a player with presence, refined technique, tactical intelligence, and a proven ability to score goals. Everything the team needs to take its offensive line to the next level. The problem, Newcastle United is in no rush to sell him. After securing another Champions League spot and winning the Carabao Cup, the club's first domestic trophy in 70 years, the Magpies see Isak as a key piece for the future. Last season, he scored 23 goals and was decisive in big matches. That's why manager Eddie Howe is trying to extend the Swedish striker's contract, which still has 3 years left at St. James Park. Currently, Isak earns around £130,000 per week, with additional bonuses for meeting targets like European qualification. Newcastle wants to place him at the top of the wage structure, alongside names like Bruno Guehi, Anthony Gordon, and Sandro Tonali, who reportedly earn around £150,000 per week. In October last year, Howe stated that the club needed to show ambition, not just talk about it, and that meant keeping their best players. At the same time, he emphasized that the player also needs to perform at that level on the pitch. Curiously, 8 months after those comments, nothing has changed in Isak's contract, and that's where Liverpool comes in. With a wage bill of $386.1 million, the second highest in the Premier League behind only Manchester City, the Reds would not hesitate to improve the conditions offered to the striker. In fact, it's projected that Liverpool's payroll could exceed the $400 million mark in the 2024-25 season, and that certainly wouldn't be an obstacle in the pursuit of Isak if the opportunity arises this summer. The club knows well how complex negotiations with top stars can be. It took months to finalize new deals with